Welcome back to the Truly Motivated Warriors channel. Today we are going to dive deep into the mindset, the discipline, and the unbreakable spirit of some of the most legendary figures in human history. If you are listening to this right now, it means you are searching for a breakthrough. You are searching for the strength to push past your limitations, to conquer your fears, and to rise above the noise of the modern world. You are looking for the ultimate motivation to transform your life. To find that ultimate motivation, we must look to the ancient peaks of the Songshan Mountains in China, home to the legendary Shaolin Temple. For over 1,500 years, the Shaolin Monks have stood as the ultimate symbol of human discipline, resilience, and willpower. They are not just fighters. They are the living embodiment of physical and spiritual perfection. Greatness is rarely born from comfort. Greatness is forged in the fires of necessity and hardship. The Shaolin Temple was founded in 495 AD, originally serving as a quiet place for meditation and the translation of Buddhist scriptures. But the true transformation began with the arrival of an Indian monk named Bodhidharma in the 6th century. When Bodhidharma arrived, he did not find a group of invincible warriors. He found a group of scholarly monks who were physically weak, lethargic, and unable to withstand the grueling rigors of prolonged meditation. He recognized a universal truth that applies to your life right now. A strong mind cannot reside in a fragile vessel. Bodhidharma introduced physical exercises and conditioning to strengthen their bodies so they could endure the demands of their spiritual path. These movements, designed to promote health and stimulate internal energy, became the very foundation of Shaolin Kung Fu. The history of the Shaolin Temple is a masterclass in resilience. Throughout the centuries, the monastery was targeted by bandits, rebels, warlords, and even emperors. The temple was burned to the ground multiple times, most notably in 1928, when a warlord set a fire that blazed for 40 days, destroying ancient halls and priceless manuscripts. But the Shaolin spirit could never be burned away. Every time they were knocked down, they rebuilt. They used their struggles to forge a stronger identity, transforming from simple scholars into legendary warrior monks who defended their sanctuary against impossible odds. When you face destruction in your own life, when your plans burn to the ground, you must ask yourself, will you stay in the ashes or will you rebuild your temple? Inside the Shaolin Temple, there are two distinct paths: the Wenzheng, or scholarly monks, who focus primarily on scripture and seated meditation, and the Wuzheng, the warrior monks. To become a Shaolin warrior monk requires an agonizing commitment to daily discipline. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, long before the sun rises. Before the world is awake, you are already putting your body through hell. Their daily routine is a relentless cycle of physical conditioning, stance work, and martial drills, intertwined with silent meditation and the study of ancient texts. The foundation of all Shaolin Kung Fu begins with the basics, such as the Mabu, or the horse stance. Monks will drop into a deep squat and hold this position until their legs shake uncontrollably. They do this for minutes, sometimes hours on end. Why? Because they know that without a solid foundation, everything you build will eventually collapse. They endure this extreme discomfort to build unshakable physical roots and an unbreakable mental threshold. Beyond the basics, the monks developed the legendary 72 secret arts of Shaolin. These are extreme training methods designed to harden the body and mind to an unimaginable degree. Practices like the diamond finger involve striking hard objects for years to concentrate devastating force into a single digit. The iron shirt and iron palm conditioning methods involve repeatedly striking the body with sandbags, wood, and iron to harden bones, muscles, and fascia to withstand any impact without injury. They can balance precariously on wooden posts, hang upside down for hours, and break stones with their bare hands. But listen closely, these are not superpowers. These extraordinary feats are not magic. They are the result of deliberate, agonizing, and consistent repetition. The term Kung Fu itself translates to skill achieved through hard work or time and effort. The Shaolin monks teach us that there are no shortcuts to greatness. If you want to achieve the impossible, you must be willing to endure the unbearable. You must embrace the repetition. To a Shaolin warrior, the mind and the body are not two separate entities. They are one. This concept is known as Chan Wu Hei Yi, which means Chan, Zen meditation, and martial arts are one. Most people think of fighting when they think of martial arts, but for the Shaolin monks, Kung Fu is a moving meditation. When they throw a punch, they do so with absolute presence, clearing their minds of all distractions, anxieties, and ego. They link their breath with every single step, strike, and block. Through practices like Qigong, the monks learn to cultivate and guide their Qi, their internal life energy. They use deep breathing and focused intention to push past physical pain and achieve feats of endurance that defy modern science. They treat pain and fear not as enemies, but as teachers. When the body screams in agony during a brutal training session, the mind remains still, observing the sensation without panic. This is the ultimate secret of the Shaolin warrior. True strength comes from within. You can have all the physical strength in the world, but if your mind is chaotic, you are weak. You must train your mind to remain perfectly calm in the middle of a storm. When life hits you, when stress and anxiety threaten to overwhelm you, you must anchor yourself in your breath and stay present. Power without purpose is dangerous. Power without morality is destructive. That is why before a monk is ever taught how to strike, they are taught Wude, or martial virtue. An ancient Shaolin adage sternly warns, before learning martial arts, first cultivate virtue. Before practicing punches, first learn morality. The code of Wude is divided into two parts, the morality of deed and the morality of mind. The morality of deed governs how a warrior interacts with the world. It requires humility. You must keep a beginner's mind. The moment you let ego take over and believe you know everything, you stop growing. Respect. You must honor your teachers, your peers, your opponents, and yourself. Righteousness. You must use your power solely to protect the weak and uphold justice. Never for personal gain or bullying. Trust and loyalty. Your word must be an unbreakable bond. The morality of mind dictates your internal fortitude. It requires willpower, the strength to stay committed to your path, even when progress is slow and the work is exhausting. Endurance, the ability to bear temporary hardship and physical discomfort without a single complaint. Perseverance, the drive to stand back up every time life knocks you down. Mastery comes from refusing to surrender. Patience, the understanding that true growth takes years. You cannot rush the process. Courage, the quiet bravery required to confront your deepest inner fears and act with absolute integrity. The monks also live by strict Buddhist precepts, vowing to abstain from killing, stealing, lying, and intoxicants. By living a life of simplicity, fasting, and self-denial, they harden themselves against the temptations of the modern world. In the eyes of the Shaolin masters, having incredible combat skill but lacking virtue is the ultimate disgrace. To be a truly motivated warrior, you must realize that character is your ultimate weapon. Your discipline must serve a higher purpose. You might be thinking, I don't live in a monastery on a mountain in China. How does this apply to me? The beauty of the Shaolin philosophy is that it transcends geography and time. It is a universal blueprint for conquering the human struggle. Look at the cultural impact of the Shaolin monks. In the 1970s and beyond, the stories of Shaolin monks fighting against oppressive warlords deeply resonated with communities across the globe, especially in urban environments. The legendary hip-hop group, the Wu-Tang Clan, led by the RZA, famously adopted the Shaolin philosophy to survive and rise out of the brutal conditions of the New York housing projects. The Rizza found profound inspiration in the story of Bodhidharma and the Chan Buddhist teachings. He realized that the struggles of the ghetto, the poverty, the crime, the oppression, were just another form of the spiritual battles faced by the ancient monks. He trained under a defected Shaolin warrior monk, Sifu Shiyan Ming, who brought the authentic teachings from China to America. The Rizza used the mental discipline of Shaolin to navigate the cutthroat music industry and forge a global empire. He proved that the Shaolin Temple is not just a physical location, it is a state. How strong is your foundation when adversity strikes?